Make your next move with American Express Business Platinum. You'll get 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked on AmexTravel.com. Plus, enjoy access to the American Express Global Lounge Collection. And with the welcome offer of 150,000 points, your business can soar to all new heights. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum. Amex Business Platinum, built for business by American Express.
This episode is brought to you by Atlassian. Atlassian makes the team collaboration software that powers enterprise businesses around the world, including over 80% of the Fortune 500. With Atlassian's AI-powered software like Jira, Confluence, and Loom, you'll have more time to do the work that matters. In fact, Atlassian customers experience a 25% reduction in project duration per year. Unleash the potential of your team at Atlassian.com. Atlassian.
Good afternoon, guys. Happy Monday. Welcome to the podcast. From St. Louis, I've got Russ Henneberry, and he is the founder of At the Click, and he is an AI marketing consultant. He's also a speaker and trainer. He's an author as well, and I'm really happy to have him talk about his company. That offers AI marketing, community, and training, and really happy to have him on. So, Russ.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Briefly introduce yourself, and I'm excited to dive into the questions.
Yeah, so I've been doing digital marketing for almost 20 years. And when I saw AI launch in November of 2022, I thought, wow, I better get familiar with this. I guess if you had to pin me to some kind of discipline in marketing, it would be content marketing, and SEO has really impacted search engine optimization. It's impacted content marketing and really all areas of marketing and business. So I've been studying super hard on how to use AI to grow a business. I launched a membership site called The Click. It's at jointheclick.ai. And that membership is all about AI and marketing. So it's for anybody that's trying to grow a business and trying to figure out how to use AI to do it.
Yeah, and I love that introduction. And one thing that you mentioned in your intro was that AI is influencing search engine optimization. And so my question is, how is AI transforming traditional digital marketing strategies? And what are some of the most significant changes you witnessed?
Search is a big one, and really content in general. But what we're seeing, and I started running a poll pretty quick after AI came out, because I was like, I see where this is going. I can see what's going to happen here, where people are going to start changing their search behavior. If you think about it, the experience that Google has provided predominantly with 80-something% of the market share, the experience that Google has provided, since the internet was born, is this 10 blue links experience, where you search for something, and if you're looking for a physician office in your area, you're going to end up with this sort of smattering of different features from Google, starting with ads at the top, and then probably in that search you're going to have a map, or what they call the local 3-pack, which is going to pop up 3 different offices near you, and along with the ratings and everything. And then you're going to have your more organic listings underneath there, where there's just some links to web pages and things like that. And in that experience, while it was incredible for what it was, it's actually not the best experience. We have to dig around and try to find the answer to a question that we have. Whereas what we're seeing with AI search is that people are able to ask a question and get an answer. And it's right there in the interface. It just answers you intelligently. You have a conversation with your answer engine rather than a search process that goes on through a search engine, if that makes sense. So it's changed. We're going to have to start paying attention to how do companies get mentioned by AI systems when people are asking questions like the example I just gave.
Yeah, approximately before Google came out with this Gemini search where it brings up an AI answer, I was about 60% ChatGPT. But now that Google's come back, it's 50-50. You can sometimes get better answers with ChatGPT versus Google is really. So the next question I have for you is, we've gone through this era of prompt AI and generative AI, because now they can get text, images, and videos. And talk about this impact of agentic AI and bots and how it's affecting small businesses.
It's early days for sure with agentic AI, but essentially there's a lot of people that disagree about what an agent is. My favorite definition of this is that an agent is something that is able to go off and it knows the end result that you want, and it's able to take actions in multiple systems on its own. So it doesn't need human intervention to accomplish a task, and it's probably going to involve multiple systems or databases that it's going to go in and access different applications, maybe speak to different AI systems that are trained or useful in different ways that have different instructions, et cetera. It's early days for this, but it's something that every company and every individual needs to be looking out for, because we want to be, if we're running our businesses, we want to know what's happening with agentic AI, because it's going to tremendously increase efficiency. I think the most interesting metric going forward in businesses is going to be essentially revenue per employee, right? So how much revenue is a single employee able to generate for a company? And that number for people that are leveraging AI is going to go up, and those people that ignore it or don't implement properly are going to see their revenue per employee stay flat. And they're just going to get outdone by companies that know how to increase the amount of money that a single person, human being, can produce for the company, because they're not using AI, right? So you'll get beat by people that understand how to use AI systems and get more revenue out of a single human being. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's all about improving efficiency and just basically improving productivity. And the last guest she was talking about just basically exponentially just productivity at a fraction of the cost, unlocking major gains. Next question I have for you is, with content strategy and marketing, how should businesses adjust their strategies in an AI-driven marketing world? What specific tools or platform would you recommend?
So it's interesting, because we still need to be producing content. There's no doubt about that. We need to be producing content and copy. So if we think about places where we want to focus and places where we probably want to not spend much energy. So I can remember 5-10 years ago, I would have been advising companies to build lots of content that answers people's questions during what we would call the research phase of the marketing funnel. So like when somebody is just now realizing that they have a problem and they're looking for a solution to that problem, build content there, because you can pull search traffic in, or bring that person in early and become that trusted advisor that answers that early question that someone has. So it might be something like, in a physician standpoint, it might be something like people looking for solutions to symptoms that they have, or questions early on about procedures or things like that are broad sort of research-based questions. Those kinds of things are just simply going to be answered by an AI system with no credit put anywhere. You're going to see search dry up over these sort of research intent-based questions over the next few years. It's already declining. And where you want to focus your energy is on content that answers deeper funnel questions. So questions about the features and benefits of your business, branded type questions, building content around questions that people start to have as they start to compare solutions against one another, especially branded solutions against one another. So it might be two doctors' offices that you might build content around, like the difference between this particular physician and that physician, and build something around those branded type searches, because when the AI systems find that content and people are asking that kind of question, they'll surface that inside of AI search and link out to you so that you can pull in that traffic so you can get an appointment scheduled or get whatever it is, that conversion behavior it is that you're looking for. Focus deeper in the funnel about with the content that you're producing. And I think that you'll continue to be getting ROI from the work that you're doing to create content and in your digital marketing. If you keep focusing at the top of the funnel, that very front end of the funnel, you're probably going to see the ROI on that drop significantly over the next year or two.
Yeah, fascinating. What about email marketing? With advancements in AI, how has email marketing evolved, and what practices should businesses adopt to improve engagement?
I think it's made email even more enticing, right? To one of the things that's happening and is going to continue to happen is, because AI can build content that is, if you really know how to work the system, you can build content that's hard to distinguish between whether a human or an AI wrote it. So we're seeing a flood of AI generated content. That the term that people have given this is AI slop, that is being flooding social media channels. It's flooding websites. It's everywhere. And I think when we think about channels, marketing channels in general, it's probably a smart idea to start building marketing channels where you have more control over the people that are inside of it. So building communities inside of places like Discord or Facebook group or whatever, people in there are vetted. We know that they're not AI. The person is not an AI, and that the person is not using AI. So you can use guidelines and things to remove people that are bringing in low quality AI generated content. Email is a similar type system where you own that email list. You have more of a direct connection to that person. I think channels like podcasting, where people talking, even though that we're already at the place where, and it'll become more prevalent, to start wondering whether you're actually listening to a real human talk or whether you're listening to an AI talk. But I think live events, in-person events, email's better. I think it's going to be interesting to watch what happens to a place like LinkedIn, for example, or Facebook, Instagram, where there'll be so much content generated, and some of it will be so low quality that you just roll your eyes at it, and it could end up, if these channels can't figure out how to fight against the AI slop, if you will, those channels will start to give you less and less return because they're just overrun and they become not useful and people stop using them. So I like the idea of focusing on channels where people can see you, they see you talking, you're speaking your own original ideas. So podcasting and email is another good system like that, where you have more of a direct connection with the audience.
Yeah. Another question I have for you is, we talked about trends, and based on your experience with larger clients like Salesforce, what future trends in digital marketing should smaller companies prepare for?
What we're going to see we are seeing already, is that large companies, big enterprise companies like Salesforce, like you mentioned, I worked for them years ago, but first of all, Salesforce is building their own AI agents and so forth into Salesforce. But let's just speak about larger enterprises are going to be buying access, just like always, to large enterprise level AI systems that have all the bells and whistles, and they're going to hire Accenture and Deloitte and IBM and those kind of people to come in at millions and millions of dollars to implement AI systems. The large AI companies like OpenAI that makes ChatGPT and Anthropic, which makes Claude, they're already selling, and the majority of their revenue will ultimately come from enterprise clients. So they will have access to these larger systems that are more secure, that have different bells and whistles that an enterprise would need. A small business, the advantage that you have right now is that the enterprises have been caught with their pants down here. they're not moving fast, as they don't, right? This is a problem with a big enterprise, is it moves slow. They have all kinds of legal implications of the things that they might do with AI systems, but a small business is much more nimble, can move much more quickly. And there is absolutely so much you can do with just regular generic $20 a month AI to customize it and to get ridiculous returns out of what it's doing, and do it fast. Do it today, because your advantage is a first mover advantage to learn these systems, implement, get the ball rolling, start to automate a lot of the things that are going on around your company so you can grow it. And yeah, the AI systems that we have available to us for $20 a month, that's one of the things that I'm teaching about all the time at the Click, is how do we use just regular $20 a month AI? How do we customize it? What's the proper way to use it? What are the use cases for it in marketing and sales? So learn the systems and move fast, because eventually the big enterprises will get this fully implemented and be taking advantage of it. But right now, man, they're just not they can't move fast enough. The technology is moving far faster than they are.
Yeah, and speaking about the Click, tell us more about it and its mission to integrate AI into marketing strategies for small to mid-sized businesses.
Yeah, I've been a marketer for all my life and all my professional life. But so I do a lot of consulting. So I do a lot of custom team training. I train teams on how to use AI and implement AI across their company. But I also have a membership at jointheclick.ai, as you mentioned, and we do trainings in groups there. And I use what's called a sandbox approach to teach this stuff, because one of the frustrating things when I was just really diving into this stuff, I guess it was about a little bit into 2023 when I started to say, okay, I really am going to have to learn these systems. And when I started to learn them, all I kept hearing from everybody is that the way you learn to use AI is you just go in and you use it, like just use it and you'll figure it out. And I think that's true. You need to be using it, but it's also not helpful, right? When somebody just tells you, just go in there and use it. So what I've built at the Click is just a series of trainings. They usually do 2 or 3 a week, where we have instructions, we have files, we have a task, and we're going in and using AI systems during these trainings and executing on something. And while you do that, you start to realize the capabilities of these systems. So it's okay, come on, jump in the sandbox with me here and let's accomplish X. And here's the prompts and instructions and files and everything that we're going to use to do that. And I'm finding that people are really learning a lot about how to use the AI when we do it this way. Yeah, it's a membership. Right now, it's at $348 a year to be a member. And I'm just piling a ton of AI value in there.
And how can people find out more about you, connect with you, check out the Click, and reach out to you and work with you?
An easy way to connect with me is always on LinkedIn for now. I was talking to you about whether or not LinkedIn's going to have a problem going forward with all the AI slop, but I'll use LinkedIn every day. So you can search Russ Henneberry on LinkedIn. You'll find me out there. And then if you want to check out the membership, I have a free tier, and I have where you can get quite a bit of training at the free layer. That's jointheclick.ai. And if you want to join the membership and really, if you're not dabbling around with the AI and you want to start to learn to master it, you can also join the membership at jointheclick.ai. And when you get in there, say hi to me in the community, whether you join the free layer or the paid layer, say hi to me in the community. We're in there talking about growing businesses with AI in there every day. Would look forward to seeing you.
Awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed talking with you and just learning more and sharing value. And thanks so much, and to your continued success, and keep up the great work.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. This is great.